It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, your host, and welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm super excited. I'm so glad you're here. I just got back last night from Pittsburgh. And I was at Pittsburgh at an event, and it was an amazing event. And at this event, they talked about the power of masterminds. They talked about the power of working together. They talked about the power of individuals being in a group and working towards one common cause. And I was like, this is amazing. Now, there was an investment. Now, and mastermind groups can be, 5,000, 10,000. Some mastermind groups are $100,000 a month to be a part of. And I said to myself, whoa, what if we could create a home? What if we can create a space that people could come to and they could participate? And inside this one space, they get everything they need with one objective. If you're taking notes, jot this down in your notes. Our objective of the CEO Sales Huddle is really to do three things. It's to do a daily sales progress, so you get a chance to check in. It's to address any roadblocks that you have. That's going to be pretty cool. And it's to understand the 5 pillars. I did say 5 pillars that you need to get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable income, so you can have unlimited freedom while impacting lives. So let me just give you an overview of CEO Sales Huddle, because for many of you, this is your very first time here. In fact, it's the first time we've ever had an episode. So I know it's your very first time that you're here. So let me give you the what, why, how, who, and the outcome. The what is CEOs is a place that people gather to understand how to sell faster. When a question's asked, if you could go back in time, even as a CEO, and you could talk to your 21-year-old self and give yourself some advice that you could do in the business, the one piece of advice you would say is go faster, sell faster, get to a millionaire status faster. Let's just call that. You want everything faster. So number one is to sell more faster. Number 2 is the big why. And I think it's 3 things. And this is from my heart today. It's our very first episode, so I'm super excited, as you can tell. But it's really about sales, because we need revenue to execute the vision we have for the people we were called to serve. It's really about accountability. So we're going to be accountability partners. I'll be your accountability partner as the host. You'll be my accountability partner. So it's a place you can come to for 15 minutes a day. And third, consistency. So sales, accountability, and consistency. You wrap those 3 together as a CEO, you can run your organization not only more effectively, but you can have higher profits, have more impact, and make a difference in the world. Now, how does it work? 15 minutes a day. We might have a little overtime on our first episode, okay? But 15 minutes a day in this environment, in this setting, you get a chance to come together. And we'll have a broadcast. Now, today, I think I'm many places, but if you haven't joined CEOSalesHuddle.com, if you have not went over to CEOSalesHuddle.com and you haven't registered, then you want to do that. Number 1, you'll get access to the secret link when we do those. Number 2, you get access to the best stuff. And number 3, I'm going to be releasing the notes and the agenda and the content. So why do you need to go over to www.ceossaleshuddle? Make sure that you opt in today. Well, number 1, you want to get access to the secret training. Number 2, you want access to the notes. 3, you want the agenda. And 4, you want our best stuff, okay? And so I'm not going to just send that to everybody, because everybody doesn't want it, and I'm cool with that. So who should run over there right now? Who should be registered right now? If you're a coach, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a content provider, if you're a consultant, if you're someone that wants to run a business, you need a place that CEOs can gather with a CEO mindset of building an organization, of building a team. Now, I'm going to focus on sales until we bring in other folks. Then this is for you. And yes, it is about the money, but it's also about the meaning that we're going to have together in the world. So we're on a mission to help as many folks as possible. So what's our number 1 outcome of you showing up? Well, it's $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, for some of you, that doesn't excite you. You're already at $100,000 a month. That's pretty cool. You're going to learn how to build the sales team, build your sales cycles, and all that cool stuff. I get it. But for others of you, to get to $100,000 a month of income coming in, it's just a game changer. So it's the starting place. So this is our number 1 outcome. Now, we have a segment here that's going to be called Metrics Review. And this is the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, if you're just tuning in because it's our first episode and you didn't get the notes you didn't get the agenda, you have no idea what's going to happen, head over to ceosaleshuddle.com. Do that now, ceosaleshuddle.com. Do that now, and then once you get there, you'll get the notes, you'll get the agenda, you'll get the secret link that we'll be doing some really cool training and programs for. So CEO Metrics Review, this segment, the CEO Sales Dashboard segment, is all about opening up the dashboard to review your key metrics. Okay. And we're going to have a CEO Sales Dashboard. It's in the place now. Some of you have already opted in and you're going to be getting it. But the CEO Sales Dashboard, I believe, is the number one piece of software I want you to look at every single day when you get up. As a CEO, I want you to imagine that you're driving a car, right? And if there's one thing you're looking at in your whole car, even if you have a Tesla or electric car these days, you're looking at the dashboard. And on that dashboard, you're looking at the odometer, right? You're making sure that you're going the right amount of speed. Well, I believe the number one indicator on a CEO's dashboard, number one is sales. Okay, it's sales. Now, as a CEO, I'm not sure what number 2 is. In fact, if you're out there right now, if you want to look below, you can. The video, if you want to shoot me a DM over at I am Shay Brown, you can. Tell me what you think number 2 is. Like, if you had your CEO Sales Dashboard open right now, and you said the number one indicator you're going to look at every single morning, 15 minutes a day is all we need. And if you do 15 minutes a day for a whole year, by the way, I think that's 100 hours. But anyway, you look at CEO Sales Dashboard, and in that you say, what's number 2? Don't know. Branding, marketing, automation, accounting, legal. I don't know. Here's what I believe in my heart. It doesn't matter what number 2 is. And the reason it doesn't matter what number 2 is because if number 1 is sales, does it really matter what number 2 is? Because without sales, there'll always be more money going out than there is coming in. Now, I know as a CEO, you already know that. I get that. But I want to reframe and remind you that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. There has never been a successful business in history that didn't have a CEO who looked at the number one indicator that was sales to make sure that they were solving problems and growing the business. So now, maybe I'm wrong. Everyone's not in the same boat. Maybe you're someone right now, you can take your eye off sales. You can go sit down and you can do anything else you want all day long and not even worry about sales. If that's you, congratulations. The CEO Sales Huddle isn't for you. But do you know what happens when a CEO takes their eye off sales? If they're not ready to do that, they normally fire them. If sales are going down, they're normally they're going to fire the person. Now, if you're here, do you have to have a sales team? The answer is no. When we look at the CEO Sales Dashboard, if you are the entrepreneur, you're the number one salesperson in the company, you're the one that's responsible for all the sales, or you're making all the sales, this is conversation still going to be for you because we're talking about the other indicators that you need to be looking at until you're ready to hire a sales team or outsource to a sales team. Okay, so this is very important. So let's talk about a couple of indicators, just real quick in the time that we have here, because it's so important to me that you have a healthy, vibrant business. And I mean that with every fiber in my heart. I hope you could really hear what my heart is. So a couple of the key metrics that we'll be looking at every morning under CEO Sales Dashboard, which is our metrics review, is number 1, leads. Number 2, appointments. Number 3, offers. Number 4, deals that are closed. And number 5, the number of repeat business from existing clients. Now, there are many other indicators that be on this dashboard. There'll be no cost for it. It's my gift to you. I'm going to talk a little bit today about leads, but I want you first to go into it. And if you haven't got the CEO Sales Dashboard because you never registered, someone forward this first episode over to you. You download it from the podcast. Maybe you're on the YouTube channel. If you are, please subscribe at I am Shay Brown. Make sure you connect with us. If you haven't, go over to www.ceosales.huddle. Make sure you opt in, follow the instructions. We're going to be releasing the CEO Sales Dashboard to you. I don't know the value of it. It's probably 10 grand. It's my gift. It didn't exist, and I created it because I wanted a place for myself and my clients and others to be able to have their pulse on the one indicator that they need, which is sales. It's the vital of the business. Quick story, if I can, before I get into leads. Well, let me do this first. Leads, appointments, offers, deals, repeat clients. And so let's talk about leads for a moment, just a moment. And I don't know what your definition of leads is. Leads mean different things to different people. I get it. If you talk to a business coach, you talk to your marketing person, your branding person, they may say a lead is someone that you can sell to, or lead is someone that knows who you are, or lead is someone that heard your message. I don't know. But what I do know that all the coaches and super experts and gurus in the industry will agree with is that a lead, in order to grow the business, you need, or in order to get new customers, you need leads. So in order to get new customers, you need a lead. We will agree on that. So let's agree that a lead really has 3 stages to it. This is not the training segment that I want to do, but I want to slow down for a moment, because under indicators, and we'll have different levels, I want you to understand why I'm starting with leads so important. So let's say, here's the definition for leads so we can be all on the same page. A lead is someone that you can contact. Now, I've stuttered, I've tried to figure it out, but it's someone that you could contact. So if someone subscribes to your YouTube page, is that a lead? Well, no, because you really can't contact them, right? You can't contact them directly. You don't have their first name, you don't have their last name, you don't have their phone number, you don't have their email. You really can't contact them. And so most folks think they just want to have a list. They can go buy a list from somewhere and they got leads. Okay, you can now contact them. Let's call that a lead. But then there's a second tier. So tier 1 is just someone you can contact. A second tier is when I figured out that my clients wanted, I wanted, and I didn't know this. And I want to share this with you right now. The most important, very most important part of understanding the concept of a lead and why you need to look at your CEO sales dashboard every day. Here's the number 1 reason. You got someone you can contact. Stage 2 of a lead is called an engaged lead. Now you'll get the notes. Don't worry about that. Some of you are opting in. You'll get the agenda, but it's an engaged lead. And an engaged lead is someone who's raised their hand and said they have an interest, want, or desire, or understand a problem, or want to have an experience with your company. And so when you're looking at the tracker, the CEO sales dashboard, and every day you're looking at how many leads can you now contact, or how many engaged leads do you have, then now lead us to something called sales cycles later. Now, after you have an engaged lead, there is another level that is qualified, but I don't want to complicate it right now. Now, this is what we call Motivated Mondays. It's momentum for a marvelous week. Okay, that's what Motivated Mondays are, right? We're gonna have a theme for every day, and it's really momentum for a marvelous week. So as I say that, you take a look right now over the last 5 days. We'll get into that, and just what leads came in, and how many people are engaged leads, and how did they engage with your company? We'll get to that. Okay, appointments are, I don't want to get into the definition of each of these, but appointments are folks that you can contact. So right now, I'm having this broadcast where you're here in the CEO Sales Huddle, and the folks that are here, this 15 minutes, I may be speaking to 10,000 individuals, right? So that could be considered an appointment. Could be one-to-one. It could be face-to-face. I don't want to get into that. Offers is not deals closed. How many times did you make an offer to a qualified person? Now, this is important because CEO sales dashboard are metrics, so you know your numbers. Okay, let me pause. Let me slow down, because I'm probably already in overtime because I got so carried away under CEO sales dashboard. I'm so thankful and grateful that I've been given this gift to be able to put together this, because it will shift your life. And let's now talk about celebrate wins. This is another segment we're going to have. It'll move a lot faster. This is episode number 1, so obviously I'm very excited, and we'll be in CEO overtime in a minute. But celebrate wins is something really serious. Now, it's Motivated Monday. We're going to have a momentum week, momentum for a marvelous week. I want you to step back, and I want to ask 3 questions. And I want you to think about it right now in 15 seconds. Don't overthink it, but in 15 seconds. Number 1, what are you most proud of from the last week? When you think about your last week from a CEO perspective, from a sales lens, that's the world we're going to see the world through, as a sales lens. What are you most proud of? When I look back, I'm most proud of that we didn't get it right but we're here right now. I know there's some things I'm talking to you right now I could do differently, but we're here. What was your biggest accomplishment? When you look back over the last week, and I just want you to celebrate. It could be something very, 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 very small. For me, last week I had a chance to go back and listen to 100 Million Leads every single day. I listened to that entire book almost. Like when I was at the gym, I obsessed over it. It's small, but it's an accomplishment for me because I know that a number of folks struggle with that. And I wanted to immerse myself again in as much content that I can see that's out there from my mentors as well as what I've done. So I've obsessed over what we're going to do on this agenda. And yet I'm past the 15-minute mark. I know, crazy. What do you want to brag about today? I want to brag that you're here. The CEO Sales Huddle exists to serve you. There's no money required. The only commitment you have to be successful as a CEO is your time. 15 minutes a day. The only commitment that you have to work on the one area that is vital to your business, which is sales, is your time. So what I want to brag about today is that we're here. And they always say you got to take a step. You got to take a step. You've got to get started. You're here. You showed up. I want to acknowledge you for being here. I want to acknowledge you for the winner that you are. I want to acknowledge you for the champion that you are. I want to acknowledge you for you understanding that you have so much potential inside of you that you know you're willing to perform at a much greater level, not only just for yourself, but for your team, but you're willing to do something about it. You're committing to 15 plus. Now we're in overtime. We call it CEO sales overtime. We're in overtime right now. And I didn't mean to do that, but this is our first episode, okay? And I know I said that many times. There'll never be another episode where you get to start your success journey. There'll never be another one. So you're starting today. So I'm bragging about the fact that I'm here, that I showed up. We've got an agenda. Like I said, I'm obsessed over this for the last week. I haven't really slept, but I'm here, and you're here as well. And then number two, another segment we're going to have is overcoming roadblocks. Now, as you're listening to Celebrate Your Wins, do me a favor. This is interactive. It will be, it continues to get more interactive, but it's interactive. So I want you to do me a favor. Shoot me a DM and let me know, what are you most proud of over the last week? Like seriously, like you can open up Instagram if you're there. If you're on Facebook right now, you can go to Messenger. You can send me a message right on Facebook. You can send me a message right on LinkedIn. But tell me, what are you most proud of over the last week? It doesn't matter if it's sales or not. Maybe you didn't make any sales, but what are you most proud of? And then number two, what was your biggest accomplishment? And then number three, what do you want to brag about? Just pick any one of those, but send me a message. So you heard from me in my heart. Let me hear from yours. It's private. It's just for my eyes only and my teams that will see it, but it will not be released. And so you have an accountability partner. As John Maxwell says, you have a friend. And CEO Sales Huddle, Shay Brown, I want to be here and be your friend, your CEO friend, that together we do some amazing things. So let's talk about some, next segment we have is overcoming roadblocks. And let's talk about some roadblocks that as you look out for today, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, you look down there, what was your biggest roadblock last week, over the last 7 days? What was your biggest roadblock? What held you back? And I want you to think through that, okay? For me, it was perfection. Okay, I wanted to get the CEO Sales Huddle perfected. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted every word. I probably spent a lot more energy and time in doing that. And it became a barrier because I still have so many other responsibilities. But I wanted to do something that I call the giver's economy. And the giver's economy is something that I believe in. The giver economy says the person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. But I want to give something of value. I want to give something that if you showed up for 15 minutes, is worth every second of your time. If you had to go back and watch us a second, a third, a fourth time, it's exactly what you needed every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm here. I'm here. I'm present with you right now, although we're in overtime. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch. What is preventing you from getting what you want today? What's the one? Is it leads? Is it appointments? Is it being able to close? What is it? And I'm giving you some answers, and you can DM me right now. I'll answer some of these on tomorrow, which I think is Transformational Tuesday. So I'll take the feedback that I'm getting, and then I'll share some things, not tomorrow, but some things that we'll do when we get to what we call the learn and earn segment, the 5 sales pillars. But what's the one thing? Here's the last question you can do today that can move your business and or your life forward. Now I'm gonna say your sales forward. Now that's something I got from the one thing. It's a principle that I ask every single day. But what's the one thing that only you can do to move forward, okay, and get to that next level? And you can do it. It's within your power. Even if you took a step, for me, is to go back. We'll review this. It's like watching game film, right? The NFL is playing right now. My Washington Commandos, they won as of this episode yesterday. But they're going to still go back and watch game film. I'm a Deion Sanders fanatic. Everyone's right now, depending on when you watch this, is at fall in Colorado, and they just had a tough weekend. They got blown out. They had a 29-point lead at halftime. Thought the game was over. I thought the game was over. I'm watching it. I fell asleep. Woke up. The game's still on, and they're now in overtime. And then they end up losing. So what's the one thing that they can do? They're going to go back and watch the film. I'm going to go back and watch this a second, a third, a fourth time and see where I got maybe too emotional. I got too attached and I didn't give you what you needed. So tomorrow when you show up, it'll be much better than it is today. But what's the one thing you can do? We call this overcoming roadblocks. Overcoming roadblocks. It's not about, be the best version of you. It's not about mindset. This is CEO Sales Huddle. So this is not just about do you believe. If you're here, you already believe. You're already special. You already got it inside you. Now it's all about sales, accountability, and consistency. Sales, accountability, and consistency. So you can achieve $100,000 a month in revenue and in income, which allows you to have more impact in the world. When you have more income, you have more impact. When you have more impact, you have more influence. When you have more influence, you will change more lives. And that's why CEO Sales Huddle exists. So if you're watching and listening right now, as we get into a section called Continue to Learn and Earn, the 5 sales pillars, and I'll just go over them quickly. If you haven't already, you want to know, hey, Shay, I didn't get the notes. Shay, I want to get the reminder. Shay, I want to make sure that I get the CEO Sales Dashboard. You're going to be taking about a minute or two every morning to open that thing up, and I'm going to have mine open on my phone. I want to look at it. You're creating it. It doesn't exist. It's not an app. It's going to be a really simple form that I could use. Go over to CEOSalesHuddle.com, CEOSalesHuddle.com. Make sure you opt in so you'll be the first on the list. Make sure you subscribe at the YouTube channel so you get all the notifications. You get you get the agenda every single day. You get the notes. You get the goodies. That's what we're going to release them because it's not for everybody. Some of you are going to show up because you just want to be inspired. And that's cool. Some of you are going to show up because you just need one idea. Because when a question is asked, how many ideas do you need to change your life? The obvious answer is one. Right? Because one good idea implemented is so much better than 1,000 ideas right now. Okay, so let's get to the segment we're going to have, which is called Continue to Learn, Earn. Now, I put this segment together because I'm not going to do all 5, obviously, but I wanted to do a deep dive once a day for about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and give you a tool, a resource, something that you can use, not only for yourself, but for your team. And if you are the sales team, then this sales huddle is for you. You don't go meet with your sales team, but some of you are sales managers, some of you are vice president of sales, some of you are sales directors, some of you are sales leaders, some of you outsource your sales team, some of you, we sell for you. So I get it. You're all different places, different levels. But the one thing I do know is that you're the CEO. You are in charge, and I want to focus at least on revenue in the CEO Sales Huddle in this short time. So there's 5 pillars that we'll be mastering here. Every morning we'll take a segment and go into a section and a little piece, obviously. But I want you to have these, and it's just to understand. You're not coming to CEO Sales Huddle to be trained. No, it's to understand so you can drive the results, which is revenue results, not results, revenue results, not results, revenue results that you need in your business. And that's important to me. So let me give you the 5 sales pillars. They're ours. They're part of the Evergreen Revenue Model, something that we created. But here it is. Not number one, but no particular order, is sales planning. And I want you to know that sales planning is your navigation system for success. So just as a ship needs navigation, your business requires a well-structured sales plan. We'll show you how to create a clear sales strategy, how to direct your business in the direction of that sales strategy towards higher revenue and soaring profits. So that's one pillar. Some of you, that's all you need. I use the 12-week year. It's my favorite. I love it. We can talk about that later. Number 2 is sales cycles. So you got sales planning, and we'll have visuals going forward on all this stuff, but sales planning, and then we have sales cycles. I know you said Shay visuals. Yeah, if I had waited, they're in if I wanted them perfect, I'd be showing them right now, and it's something on me. But sales cycles, the rhythm of your revenue. That's all I want you to know. They can get complicated, but the sales cycle is the rhythm of your revenue, right? So you discover the heartbeat of the business is how the sales cycle that the clients are going through. Some people call it customer journeys. And sales is like, it's going to help you predict how much revenue is coming in. It's going to help you keep your sales really focused. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to seize more opportunities that arise. And maybe some of you, just a deeper understanding of just those 2 concepts is a great breakthrough for you. The third one is sales positioning. And it's your voice to stand out from the competition. That's what really sales position is. It's your voice to stand out from the competition. My mentor, Dr. Donald J. Morin, many years ago, I attended a seminar in Las Vegas. It was a $25,000 seminar. Less than 15 of us in the room. And he made just one statement. And this one statement has stayed with me over the last 10 years. Well, it's probably 15 years now. And here's the statement. And this is why I say your voice to stand out from your competition. That's really what I think sales position is. And put this in your notes if you're taking notes. Some of you are going to get the notes. I get that. But here it is. Your words can make you rich. Put that down in your notes. Your words can make you rich. So you get better at what you say, when you say it, and how you say it. It'll change lives. So I want you to imagine your business as a star in this galaxy that's out there, right, by the way. And your unique GPS is going to guide the customers in the midst of all this darkness is really your voice. So we'll teach you how to use sales messaging. We'll teach you how to use your voice. We'll teach you how to be able to communicate and position the sale in the mind of your prospect or the mind of your existing clients or the mind of folks who are in your sales cycle in a way that doesn't convince them to do anything, doesn't persuade them to do anything, doesn't influence them to do anything, but they understand that you can solve a problem, that your organization is there to solve a problem. Number 4, so we had sales planning, we had sales cycles. I just gave a quick overview of sales positioning. Number 4 is sales indicators. And a CEO sales dashboard is going to help you with this. But sales indicators, these are the vitals to your business. Now, I'm a caregiver. Mother Dear is 75 years old. She has Parkinson's. She's doing really, really well. Mother Dear worked for 37 years for the federal government down on 14th and Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. at the Department of Commerce. Different floors, but the same building. She retired at age 55. So 55, she was retired. Never worked a day after 55. What a blessing. Wow. Can you imagine being able to do that today? No worries. But she has Parkinson's. And the reason I bring that up as a caregiver, and it's a blessing to be a caregiver, God's blessed me to be in that position to do that, is that when we go to the doctor, the first thing the doctor does, and maybe your doctor does as well, every time we go in, and we go in frequently, going again next week, I believe it is, the first thing the doctor does is they check the vitals. What's her weight? What's her height? What's the blood pressure? And so to me, the vital of your sales business is the sales indicator. So just as a doctor relies on vital signs to assess your well-being, you'll be relying on sales indicators to assess your business health, the revenue health of your business. And these metrics are the data points to reveal the pulse of your sales, well, I'm going to say efforts, your sales efforts. And they're going to help you to make the most informed decision that you're going to need. The CEO Sales Dashboard is going to be the answer that you've been looking for. I can't wait to release that to you for those folks that are out there and you're tuning in right now. And this is a super value. Do me a favor. Just drop a comment and say this is some good stuff. If you got a hold of this long lost video, just say I'm enjoying it. Share one of your takeaways. It allows other folks to move forward. And then the last one under the 5 sales pillars, learn and earn, is sales team. And sales team is the revenue engine of your business. Now, you might be the sales team. You might be the only, you represent the sales team. It's you. No big deal. You showed up. We're in overtime, by the way. I get it. This is our first episode. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. But I want you to picture your business as this well-orchestrated, symphony. And in this symphony, by the way, you, the CEO, you're the conductor. And your sales team is the assembly. And they each are talented musicians. But when they come together in harmony and they play that music, I get a chance to go over to the Kennedy Center. I love the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., by the way. I get to hear some of the best music that exists. The last time I was there, we watched a play, but, it was the Temptations. Amazing. But they were all on one accord. So your business is going to create music. And that's what the sales team do. They generate the revenue so that you can hire profits. They allow you to do all the things that you want to do. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you. We got a segment called Stay Inspired for being here. Go ahead. If you're right-handed, take your right hand. If you're left-handed, take your left hand. You're in overtime. We're in CEO Sales overtime. I know first episode I went to overtime. Pat yourself on the back right now and just acknowledge yourself for the champion that you are. For the winner that you are, for just showing up. And part of life is showing up. And your only commitment in the CEO Sales Huddle is your time. 15 minutes a day will change your life. I believe 15 minutes a day for 360 days, that's 100 hours. There's some gurus out there that believe if you do 100 hours of anything, you become an expert. You can become an expert at sales. It won't take a whole year. But for you as a CEO, you just need to change and shift one area, and it makes a huge difference for you. So here's what I'd like for you to do. Your next step to the fastest path to growth and revenue in the business is 2 things. Number 1, mark your calendar, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendar, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to be here. Can't wait to be here with you. This is going to be a live segment for as long as we can do it. I'm here now, so I'm happy to be here with you live. Number 2, go over to ceosaleshuddle.com. If you haven't, make sure you opt in. And make sure you're on the CEO Sales Huddle and you're in the group so you get the private message, get the notes, get the agenda, and you can follow along. You can take this for trainer content. And then last, what were some of your key takeaways? If you're watching right now, you're listening, do me a favor. DM me. You can go to Facebook and DM me. You can go to Instagram at I am Shay Brown and DM me. If you're on our YouTube channel right now, at I am Shay Brown. Some of you might be on LinkedIn at I am Shay Brown. Do me a favor. Shoot me a DM. What was your number 1 takeaway? What was your number 2 takeaway? And lastly, what was your 3rd takeaway? My number 1 takeaway from today is to mark my calendar and be here because sales is the oxygen to any great business in history. And I want you to take that away, that sales is the oxygen to any great business in history. And the second takeaway I want you to have is that CEO Sales Huddle is a place where you finally can come together with other CEOs. The only commitment is your time with one mission. And that is to understand the 5 sales pillars so that you can generate $100,000 in monthly income that is consistent, that is predictable, that is reliable. And with that income, you now have more influence. You can now impact more lives and you have greater freedom. And I believe that's what the money is going to do for you. Okay. And that's why you show up. And the third is that we're going to have fun. That's my takeaway. What was your takeaway? I want to hear from you. Just shoot me a DM right now. I would say post it below, but we're going to be very personal. I mean, I'm here. I'm your CEO friend. I know John Maxwell says I'm your friend. I want to say I'm your CEO friend. Okay. Your CEO friend, Shay Brown, is in the building right now, and we're going to establish this relationship. So you're going to personally DM me. I'm going to read every single one. I'm committed to it. And there's no cost. There's no, I'm going to get hooked into this and then there's going to be some fee. No. This is my big give back to the world. We're going to help 1 million CEOs have profitable businesses, generate $100,000 a month in income, and make a huge impact in the world because they now have the financial resources that they need to execute the vision they have for the people they were called to serve. And that's what I'm called to serve. That's my gift, is to help CEOs do that, to leverage our signature 7-figure sales team and our Evergreen Revenue Model to make it happen. And that's what it's all going to be about. So what would your takeaways? I can't wait to hear from you. Go over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Make sure you opt in. Do that now. So you get the notes, you get the agenda, you get the goodies, and you know where we're going to be broadcasting that, by the way. And number 2, as we close out the huddle, I like to share what I call the Shay's sales belief statement. And this is my own belief statement. This is something that I've been saying for many, many years, but I wanted to include this as a CEO sales huddle. Maybe you could say this, but I want you to repeat these words after me, and we'll have a slide later and you can follow. But I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and then we can repeat it. But this is how I want to close out. It just helps me when I think this way. It puts me in the right mindset. It puts me in the right belief system. And I don't worry about trying to chase the money. And one thing I do teach is don't chase the money. Add value in lives, and the money will chase you. So here's my belief statement. And this is why I say this. I want you to hear that. I want you to hear it. Let me say it one more time. Don't chase the money. Add value to someone's life, and the money will start chasing you. So with that, let's talk about our belief statement. Here it is. We believe selling equals service. We solve problems. We serve more people. We sell more services. We impact more lives. Let me say it again. We believe selling equals service. We sell more problems. We serve more people. We sell more services, but we impact more lives. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? So I'll say the sentence, and then you just repeat after me. You repeat after me. Just instead of saying we, you say I. You say I. You say I. I said we because, it's a belief statement. But you're going to say I. So you repeat after me. I believe selling equals service. We solve more problems. We serve more people. We make more money. We impact more lives. Doesn't that sound good? Doesn't that mean to me? It just changes my whole physiology. You can tell. You maybe can hear the excitement in my voice. I'm fired up. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Now it's not about pumped up to go sell anybody, but I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm making this planet a better place, and I know I'm using my talents and my gifts to serve humanity, and that just feels freaking amazing. So I'll say it one more time. Then we out. I know. I got carried away. But just repeat after me. I believe selling equals service. We solve more problems. We serve more people. We sell more services. We impact more lives. With that being said, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Connect with us on X, Instagram, YouTube. Just type in @IamCheBrown. Send me a note. Drop me a DM. Let me know what you enjoy most about this. I can't wait to be here tomorrow. It'll be 15 minutes. 15 minutes today we got so carried away wearing what I call CEO sales overtime. But I am Shay Brown. I'm your host of the CEO Sales Huddle. I'll see you tomorrow at the CEO Sales Huddle. God bless, and keep doing God's work. You're amazing. You're incredible. You've got greatness inside you. And I believe for you, your best is still yet to come. We out.